Spain just drew with Cape Verde, a team ranked 70 spots below them in their tournament opener. So if you're trying to figure out who can actually win the 2026 World Cup, the scoreboard from Week 1 already tells you something useful. Almost nobody is playing like a favorite right now. But group stage form isn't the same as title-winning form, so let's actually go through who can win this thing, and why the obvious answer might be wrong. Start with the two co-favorites going in, Spain and France. Spain has the deepest midfield in the tournament, full stop. Pedri, Gavi, and a fully healthy Lamine Yamal give them control of games most teams can only dream of. The issue isn't talent, it's nerves. They drew their opener, and Spain at major tournaments has a habit of being brilliant for 6 games and then freezing in 1. France is the opposite problem. Mbappé and a deep, physical squad mean they don't need to be elegant to be dangerous. They've reached a final and a semi-final in the last 2 World Cups. The question with France is never talent. It's whether the dressing room stays together. This team has a well-documented history of imploding from the inside before a ball is even kicked in the knockout rounds. Then there's Argentina, the defending champion. This is where it gets interesting, because Argentina is sitting at 6th on most odds boards behind 4 other teams. That undersells them. Messi is older, but the supporting cast is arguably deeper than 2022. Julian Alvarez and Lautaro Martinez have combined for well over 100 international goals between them. Argentina topped their qualifying group with a defense that conceded almost nothing. Teams that win it once rarely get dismissed as fast as the betting markets are dismissing this one. Brazil is the team everyone wants to talk about and nobody fully trusts. The squad on paper, with Vinicius Jr. leading the line, is frightening. But Brazil has a habit of being undone by its own profile. Big expectations, big pressure, and a knockout stage history of collapsing against a defense it should beat comfortably. Their opener was a draw against Morocco, a tough but very winnable matchup. That tells you the talent is there. Whether the composure is there too is the actual question. England sits near the top of the odds boards for a reason most fans forget. This is now a genuinely experienced England squad, a core that's played 2 major tournament finals together. The criticism that used to follow England, big individual talent with no chemistry as a team, doesn't really hold anymore. What still follows them is penalty shootouts. Multiple tournament exits have come down to that exact scenario. And until that pattern breaks, you can't fully trust them in a one-off knockout game. Now here's where the format actually changes the math completely. This World Cup has 48 teams instead of 32. That means 32 teams advance out of the group stage instead of just 16. It also means the path to the final has an extra knockout round nobody has had to survive before. More games, more fatigue, more chances for a favorite to get caught on a bad day against a team they were supposed to beat by 3 goals. This is exactly why Germany is dangerous in a way their group stage form doesn't show. Julian Nagelsmann's system is built on pressing and possession, and historically, German sides find another gear specifically in knockout football. Their issue the last 2 tournaments wasn't talent, it was group stage carelessness. If they get out of their group clean, the extra knockout round actually favors a team built for tournament football over 6 straight matches. And then, there's the sleeper that almost nobody outside football media is talking about, the Netherlands. Quietly, one of the most balanced squads in the draw, unbeaten through qualifying. And they've already shown it in Week 1 with a 5-1 win. They went to penalties against Argentina in the last World Cup. A team that can hang with the eventual finalist and has only gotten more experienced since is not a sleeper anyone should actually be sleeping on. There's also a structural factor almost nobody talks about until it actually bites someone. This tournament is being played across 3 countries, in cities ranging from Mexico City's altitude to Houston's summer heat to Vancouver's far more temperate climate. Players are going to be flying constantly, adjusting to wildly different conditions match to match, in a tournament that already has 1 more knockout round than any World Cup before it. That favors squads with depth on the bench over squads that lean on 2 or 3 world-class starters. A team like France, with genuine quality across all 18 outfield spots, can rotate without losing much. A team relying heavily on one aging superstar carrying the same physical load. Every match over a longer tournament is taking on real risk, no matter how good that one player still is. This is also where dark horses start to matter. Morocco reached the semi-final in 2022, the deepest run by an African nation in World Cup history. And this squad is more experienced now, not less. Their defense is genuinely elite, and in a tournament with an extra knockout round, a team built to grind out one-goal wins rather than chase highlight reel victories is exactly the profile that can sneak deep into a bracket. Don't be shocked if they're still playing in the final week. Portugal deserves a mention too, mostly because they're consistently underrated relative to the talent on the roster. A squad with genuine firepower and tournament experience, sitting outside the very top tier of betting favorites, is the kind of value pick that tends to embarrass people who dismissed it in June. So here's the honest answer if someone's forcing you to bet on one name. Spain has the most talent. Argentina has the most knockout stage pedigree. France has the most explosive ceiling and the deepest bench to survive 3 countries and an extra round of fixtures. Morocco has the discipline to outlast favorites who underestimate them, but the team built specifically for a longer, more grueling format with a system that's historically thrived exactly when the stakes get highest is Germany. Talent wins groups. Tournament structure and composure under pressure win the final. And this year, with one extra knockout round standing between every favorite and the trophy, composure might matter more than it ever has. We'll know a lot more once the group stage actually finishes and the real test begins. But if you're picking now, pick the team that's used to playing its best football when the games matter most. Not necessarily the team with the best names on the back of the shirts,